overcoming objections to your proposals. Is this your best price? A lot of people are fixated on price. It seems to be, the old joke about the procurement department. The only thing they have is they have an Etch-a-Sketch with only one knob. So the only thing they can do is turn the price up and down. That's the only way they can denote value in the equation. But the fact of the matter is that you really need to allow people to make better quality evaluations. So first of all, let me say that if someone asks you, is this your best price? It had better be your best price. I mean, if you offer a lower price when asked for one, you've lost the respect of the prospect and are now on a very slippery slope. Imagine how you'd feel if you asked a vendor, is this the best you can do? And they immediately say, well, I can knock 5% off. What would that tell you? Either they overpriced it in the first place, or they have so much margin on it that they freely give up 5% of it, or they're so desperate that they'll quickly give a price just to get a sale closed. Then you wonder, are they even selling me the right thing? Right? So that's a bad idea. Don't give price concessions that easily, right? Now, a correct response might be, this is absolutely my best price for this configuration. If you'd like to explore a lower price, we could do one of two things. Number one, we could reduce the scope of this project, which would take some cost off. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you really couldn't afford this particular configuration, we could adjust the scope. The other way is we could actually increase the scope to include more buildings so that I could explore the potential of compensating you for reducing our marketing costs, etc. So bottom line is, you have to give them a reason that you are willing to reduce the price. You can't just start peeling off percentages just because you're a nice guy. Okay? Now there's another option. If needed, you could offer something of high perceived value and low marginal cost to you, like product customization or extended warranty, because a lot of people will see that as, well, when I go back to my boss, I won't be able to tell him that I got you down on your price, but at least I nickel and dimed you and got extra 6 months of the warranty. Now, you need to understand your cost structure really carefully before you start giving away these kinds of amenities. And in fact, in some cases, people use extended warranties to get some margin back into the deal. So you wouldn't necessarily want to give away something that's really been a plank in the party platform for how you stay profitable and viable financially. So just be careful about that. Just don't start throwing Christmas sacks of gifts at people just because they ask for a lower price. And frankly, if you're well calibrated on what the buyer is and what the market is and what your value is and have the industry foreknowledge to compare your offering to what else might be out in the marketplace, you'll be able to confidently stand your ground because you will not have overpriced your offering to begin with. Okay? One more point on this. It's very important to price based on value and not cost plus. Some people, entrepreneurs who are inexperienced, salespeople who are inexperienced, say, well, it only costs us X number of dollars to do this, so we can just mark it up by 10% or 50% or whatever, we'll be happy. But you know something? I don't think that's fair to either party. Number one, it's not fair to you because there's probably a lot of overhead that you're not thinking about. You're not maybe embedding in all the research and development, all the working capital that went into the first years of your business when you perfected the solution for your customers. You're not amortizing that properly. You may or may not be giving an effective return on investment for all your investors. And secondly, there are always other costs that come up in terms of customer service and that sort of thing that you really have to make sure you have enough money in the bank to give customer service after you've actually signed the deal. The other thing is, it's also not fair to you because, listen, if you're creating a tremendous amount of value for that customer, then you should be compensated for it. Like in the training business, for example, we charge by the head. We don't charge by the word. We don't charge by my presence in a room. We charge by the head because that's how we create value. Individual salespeople get value from applying our concepts. So that's how we charge, by the head.